You're welcome to the channel English with Zechariah. This is yet another important lesson that I've brought forward. It's just a continuation of the analysis of the poem that I posted 3 days ago. So having looked at the way language has been used effectively in a literary piece, specifically a poem, this time around we would like to look at the thematic concepts that are explored in the poem. When we say thematic concepts, we mean the central idea. The central idea that pervades or that is recurring in a piece of literature. So this is what we want to look at. Okay, so the first theme or central idea that is explored in this poem is patriotism. Patriotism. Okay, first of all, what is patriotism? Patriotism is love for one's country. Love for one's country. We see that in the poem, the persona loves his or her own country. That's why he's able to appreciate what is in his country despite the problems that are there. My motherland, the land of Malawi, so sweet. In this case, we see that the persona really loves the country. So patriotism, that's number one. Number two, disillusionment. We see that disillusionment also takes place in this poem. When we say disillusionment, we mean the feeling that one has after discovering that something that he or she thought was good is not as good as it was felt. So we see that disillusionment takes place in this poem, because if we look at the poem, we see that there is a part where, especially the first line of the second stanza, "Gone are the days when foreign rule prevailed. We rose as one, their dominance derailed. Yet disillusionment, it lingers still." So we see that when the people were fighting for the new government, they were fighting against the colonial government. They thought that the new government or self-rule would be better than the colonial one. But the opposite is true in this case. So there is disillusionment in the persona, to say was hoping for something good, but unfortunately what is being experienced is contrary to what was expected. So disillusionment is the second theme that is explored in the poem. The third theme, which is also dominant in this poem, is the theme of betrayal. The theme of betrayal. Betrayal, in this case, is like there is something that maybe someone promised that it has not actually been fulfilled. We see that there's a line in this poem where we learn that promises are made but are unfulfilled, which means the new government, after overthrowing the colonial government, there were some promises that were made, and even up to now, there are still some promises that are being made by the government, but they are rarely fulfilled. So in this case, the government betrays the natives of the land. So that's where the theme of betrayal is portrayed in this particular poem. The fourth one is appreciation of nature. Appreciation of nature. We see that the word beauty has been used recurrently in this poem to expose or trying to extrapolate the beauty of the land of Malawi. For example, where we say, second line of the first stanza, "A place of beauty, a land we all greet." So it means the persona appreciates the beauty of his country, his or her country. Okay, let's move to the last but one stanza. "In the depths of your hills, your lakes so grand, in the embrace of nature, we find solace in our land. From the plains of Tiolo to Mangoji Shore, we cherish you, Maya, forever." So we see the natural, the features that are there, the physical features that are present in Malawi are being presented as beautiful, so as to appreciate nature in the land of Malawi. Finally, the theme of hope. The theme of hope is shown when the persona still hopes that although there are predicaments, although there are challenges being faced in this land, but still these problems will come to an end. There will be a time when the sweetness will actually be enjoyed by everyone. The honey that is in the country, or that is in the land of Malawi, is going to be enjoyed by everybody. So there is that hope. So this hope in this case is being portrayed as trying to run away from that disillusionment, thinking that no, there is still hope for the future. So these are the 5 themes that are central in this poem. However, it should be noted that these may not be the only central ideas in the poem. These may be subjective. You may also find your own, and that would be great. That's what is typical of literature. Alright, thank you so much for listening. In the next lesson, we are going to explore another poem. But thank you so much for listening. Bye. Wishing you all